Welcome to Away with Old Thinking Patterns, the podcast. I am Dr. H.J. Muhammad. I'm so grateful that you're here. You could be doing anything in the world right now, but you chose to be here with me, and I'm so grateful. Today's topic, the Marilyn Monroe effect. How to use your inner confidence to manifest the life that you want. Before we delve into this topic, I want to talk to you a little bit how I operate. I believe in having notes. See, I'm old school. I don't understand how you can go before people and don't prepare or don't have notes. A lot of people just swing it from the hip. I don't operate like that. I do intense preparation before I present a topic. So I guess that's the difference between an educator and a performer, I guess. Before we go into this topic, I want to talk to you a little bit about Marilyn Monroe and why it's necessary to know who she is. It's necessary to know who she is in order for us to activate our inner power to exude extreme confidence. It's necessary. She's someone that should be examined. And I think she's someone that should be analyzed and talked about and studied. Now, according to Wikipedia, Marilyn Monroe was born Norma Jean Mortensen, June 1st, 1926 in LA, California. She was an actress and a model. She became one of the most popular sex symbols of the 50s and the 60s. She was an example for women coming up out of oppression. So out of women being oppressed, she was this woman that says, I'm going to be free to be who I am. I'm going to be powerful. I'm going to be dynamic, and I'm not going to let no man stop me, right? This is just her approach and who she was. She was an emblem for the sexual revolution. By 1962, the time of her death, her films grossed over $200 million. And in today's world, that would be $2 billion. That's a lot of money she generated, especially in a time where the perception of women was much different than it is today. And for her to be the woman that she was, or to exude the confidence that she did during that time, that was remarkable. You know, history states that she really, really, really loved New York. It was very different from LA, because in LA, where she was from, everybody knew who she was. I mean, she could walk down the street and it's like, oh, there's Marilyn, you know. And what she loved about New York, she can go there and walk down the street and nobody would know who she was. She was unrecognizable, and that was somewhat of privacy that she yearned sometimes or appreciated. She was walking down the street with a friend of hers, and they were walking down a New York street. Nobody recognized who she was. They were like, she's just another woman walking down the street, or two women walking down the street. She turns to her friend and say, watch this. And within seconds, cars started honking. You know, people were yelling and everything. It just became this big event because she stopped traffic. And then she looked at her friend and winked her eye. Her friend was left in awe, like, I can't believe that she could do that. Like, she could turn it on. It was an on-off button for her. She could just turn it on. There was a photographer by the name of Felipe Hausman. I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. And in 1952, he said that he led her to a corner in a room, and he put his camera in front of her. He stated that it would have been wasteful to just concentrate on her face. He liked or admired how she used her body for acting. She used her body for acting more than any other actress. So she brought something different to the table, that she wasn't just using her face to express her beauty. She used her entire body. So, fun fact about Marilyn. Her influence on women's style was was universal. It was global. Like, she made it popular for women to wear blue jeans. Like, she did an ad, or she did a photographer took a picture of her in jeans for an ad, and it changed the fashion world immensely by her doing it. I mean, now that we know a little bit about Marilyn Monroe, let's look at how she became Marilyn the icon. She was Norma Jean, this insecure person. She had captivating beauty and and undeniable talent with very complex layers to her persona. She grappled with her inner demons and personal struggle, just like many other people do, just like we all do. All of which made her such a relatable figure due to how well her vulnerabilities played on the larger screen. So she utilized her vulnerabilities in a way that it became relatable. Marilyn, or should I say Norma Jean, identified a problem of internal insecurity. So she was very self-aware. She realized, I got these insecurities internally that I need to address. So she tapped into her creative energy to solve a problem. And this is why problem solving is so important, especially when it comes to dealing with self. Her creative energy, she tapped into, and she used it and applied it to solve her problems, because we use our creative energy to solve problems. So that's where we solve our problems. Creative energy is feminine energy. Men have it too. That's because you're a man don't mean you don't have feminine energy. You do. As women, we have it, but men have it too. You not only have a Y chromosome, you have an X chromosome. Feminine, or should I say creative energy, is used to solve problems, the world's problems. That's why the involvement or the contribution of women is very key, because we contribute to an environment in which problems can be solved. But Marilyn solved her own problem. She had this creative team, and this creative team helped her solve the problem. She had a desire to invent this alter ego. And we'll talk about this a little later. But she employed this wonderful team. Like in the book of Genesis, Marilyn said, let us make man. A man, or in this case, a woman. And then a woman was made. She meditated. The team effort was clandestine, and clandestine means secretive or unknown. Except for her inner circle, she practiced daily affirmations with her coaches. These are her inner circle, the only people that knew what she was doing. And this helped transform herself, her state of being, to a very confident person. So she used meditation and she used affirmations consistently to transform her thinking. And in transforming her thinking, this is what helped her transform herself from Norma Jean to Marilyn. One of her, quick note, one of her affirmations was this. This is a really good one. It says, I daydream chiefly about beauty. I dreamed of myself becoming so beautiful that people would turn to look at me when I passed. I'm gonna say that again, because this is powerful. I daydreamed chiefly about beauty. I dreamed of myself becoming so beautiful that people would turn to look at me when I passed. That's dynamic. This affirmation activated her divine femininity, her creative energy, her seductive energy, which resulting in operating from a more magnetic and dynamic state. That seductive energy. For a lot of people, especially women who don't have knowledge of self, that seductive energy they'll use for sexual gain or sexual purposes, but you can seduce someone that make them want you or want what you have to offer without it being a sexual experience. So keep that in mind. You can seduce someone. Uh, And it's sad because whenever someone describes seduction outside of sexuality, it's always made in such a negative context. Or say the devil seduces. He seduces you to do wrong. But people can seduce you to grab attention. So just keep in mind, seduction doesn't necessarily have to be used for negative purposes or for sexual purposes. The affirmation that she used increased the frequency of her heart, increasing her heart energy beyond the 3 feet of electromagnetic energy that a healthy heart exudes from the body. So a healthy heart exudes 3 feet energy, electromagnetic field of energy, 3 feet from the body. But her confidence went beyond that. So when you're confident, you can go beyond that. You could exude energy beyond that 3 feet, which makes a stronger impact. You didn't just see Marilyn Monroe, you felt her. Her energy was seductive, so it brought you into her. She had men standing on chairs just to get a glimpse of her. Women imitated her and wanted to be just like her. Her confidence exuded all limitations. It exceeded all limitations. As she alchemized a foot injury that she had, and she made that legendary. Isn't that something? Her foot injury, and I don't know how she may have compensated it, but her foot injury affected how she walked. And she had that legendary posture and walk that became the standard of how women walked in the 50s and 60s. Isn't that unique? She took a flaw and she made it very, very, very positive. She turned it into a strength. She didn't look at it as this is going to keep me from being great. I'm going to use this to become great. How does one gain that type of self-awareness or that access to that inner power? I have the answer because I lived it. I've been told I have that Marilyn Monroe effect. It's like I could walk in a room, and if I don't really want to be seen, I'll control my energy to the point that I'm just saying to myself, I'm just trying to be low key today. I don't really want to be seen. But when I pop out and I want to be seen, I push my energy beyond that 3 feet of that electromagnetic energy of the heart. I push it beyond that. I visualize pushing that. And that's how I turn it on. That's how I activate it. You got to start with self-awareness. If you don't know who you are, then how can you access any type of power? You don't know what power you hold. It's like trying to get something out of a container and you don't even know what's in it. So, I mean, it's not really logical. You have to have a strong sense of self-awareness before you can even know what's in you. I studied myself, and in that I found God, the power of God. As God, the creator, the originator, studied himself and discovered woman, I set out on a journey to find that woman also. And in search for that woman that he searched for in himself, I found that woman in myself. Let me go over suggest some self-analysis tools. Oh, one of the tools that I use, because people ask me all the time, and I'm sharing it right now. One of the tools that I use for self-discovery is something that many corporations use, and that's the Myers-Briggs test. It's like 16 different personality types, and then you answer some questions, and then at the end you score it, and then that's how you get what personality type you are. I also used Johari's window, and with Johari's window, it's a way that you see yourself and the way others see you. It's a way for you to know what's unknown by others, but known by you, and what's unknown by both. And it's a way for you to get to know yourself. I studied powerful women in history as well. Um, it inspired me to find my inner power. I studied them not to be them, but I studied them to understand how they operated. I studied them to use them as inspiration, to be inspired. I didn't copy, but I did use them as inspiration. Another thing I did, I studied the id, the ego, and the super ego in myself. Oh my God, my ego was out of control. And going back to studying these powerful women in history, these women had an ego that they checked. And so in studying in myself and then doing a comparative analysis of myself with these women, I'm like, where the gap is, I need to work on my ego. I need to work on addressing things in myself that is holding me back to be just as powerful as these women in history. I I created this alter ego, a desired version of myself, shedding old versions of myself. That's what you have to do. Once you study yourself and you say, "Oh, I don't like this part of myself. I don't like that part of yourself." But now I got to create this alter ego of the person that I want to be when I want to exude confidence. In psychology, the alter ego serves as a creative outlet or a therapeutic tool that helps create a duality. Isn't that something? I mean, because you have to look at it, it's understanding duality. Like the duality of men and women. Men have more aggressive energy, more initiating energy, whereas women we typically have more reserved energy. So to understand that duality, you got to know when you, as a woman, you got to know when you need to initiate. And as a man, just to flip it, you got to know when you need to be reserved. I mean, it's that duality that we need to effectively live a productive life. In psychology, the alter ego serves as a creative outlet or therapeutic tool that helps create the duality. I wanted to read that again. Comedians and musicians have them as a way to express what is hidden in the world. I mean, you have a lot of comedians or actors who are very shy, but create their alter ego to express their talent. So it's very normal, it's very acceptable. They just know when to cut it on and off. Confidence is a force that is found within you, not outside of you. It's found within you. So confidence is not something that you can look at somebody and say, I'm going to take from them and I'm going to have confidence. Or I'm going to imitate them and I'm going to have confidence, because confidence is something that is found within. Having confidence in this society is a superpower, as most people are followers and are afraid to look within. I admit it's work. It's addressing or facing what is in the dark. And for a lot of people, that's very, very uncomfortable. Once you obtain it, you can't lose it though. Once you get that confidence, you can't lose it. It's nothing nobody can do to you that can cause you to lose it. It's like the switch you turn on and off, much like how Marilyn Monroe turned it on and off on that New York street. You internally cut it on and you internally cut it off. It's this chemical reaction that inspires one to travel from a state of invisibility to visibility. And I mentioned to you how I do it. It starts with my thinking pattern, or it starts with a thought where I don't really want to be seen today. I really want to be chill, especially when it comes to someone else's event. If I go to a wedding, I'm really not cutting it on because it's not my day. It's the bride's day. I'm not trying to compete with the bride. But if I'm going for an interview, oh, it's coming on. Or if I'm going to speak to a group, oh, it's coming on. So that confidence in that is knowing also how to use it. Now that you have received the steps to acquire self-confidence, what does it look like? What does it taste like? What does it smell like? What does it feel like? Right? It looks like authenticity. It does. You're breaking free from boxes that other people put you in. It's that ism. When I was in school, now I'm dating myself, but man, when I was in school, it's a long time. I'm not even gonna tell you what year. When I was in high school, one of the popular sayings was, "Oh, that person got that ism," meaning they had it. They had that confidence, and when they walked into the room, their energy shifted the room. They impacted the room. They grabbed everybody's attention. So that's what authenticity does. It gives you that ism. It's choosing authenticity or that confidence is choosing what role you play. Remember, I was talking about, do I want to steal the spotlight from somebody else, or do I just want to chill and let that person get their time? It's also dressing how you like to express yourself. If you're a free person and you like to go against the grain, what's wrong with wearing polka dot patterns with stripes? I mean, if that's how you express your authenticity, then do it. Don't let nobody deter you. It's also originality, being your own person, doing what you want to do, creating a look or a style or a saying or something that hasn't been created. It's that bright light that you carry. What does confidence taste like? And it tastes like sweetness, making you sweet nature, like your heart is sweet. It's smooth. It's smooth like a Jolly Rancher, like a now later. When you move, you sweat, you smooth with it. You smooth how you talk. You smooth with how you move. You just smooth with just how you express yourself. You're unpredictable. It's like eating quality food. See, when your confidence is up, your standards go up with it. Oh, no, I don't eat that. No, I don't do that. See, that's confidence. Being secure with oneself. It's like liquidity. It's like being fluid and flexible. You have your standards, but you can bend them when you want to because you're confident like that. Oh, this ain't gonna take away from who I am. What does confidence smell like? It's like a bright sunny day. It's like the smell of trees and plants. It's real. It's earthy. It's what it smells like. It's earthy. It's like a scented perfume. Everybody has their own body scent, right? But even your own confidence has a scent. It's unique to you, and no one else could copy that. No one else can take that. It's different than what you actually have from someone else. It's specific to me. It's specific to you. It's specific to anybody else. Nobody can duplicate that. But what does confidence really, really feel like? It's heartfelt. Feel it, man. You could feel it when somebody got confidence. You could feel it's sensitivity. It's that high awareness, just knowing how you impact others around you and how you impact the environment. That's confidence. It's like you are in alignment with the universe. You know that everything operates as it should. You know that everything is where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be placed. You understand that that's what confidence is knowing that what's going to be, going to be. Confidence is knowing that I control the outcome. Confidence is being okay with the outcome if it's undesirable, but you walking away saying the outcome don't change who I am or how I feel about myself. So I hope you enjoyed today's session because that's what it was. This was a learning session. But I wanted to shed light on how Marilyn Monroe became the person she was. And the world is 60% visual learners. And so I wanted to create this picture so that you can visualize it and get the lesson. So I hope that today, listening to me talk about Marilyn Monroe and how she was able to turn on that switch and activate that confidence and how it impacted the environment around her. I hope that you learn on how I utilize that switch and how I cut on my confidence and how I understand and aware of how I impact the environment. I hope that was helpful for you. And I really hope that the tools that was presented to you today, that you take those and you utilize those so that you could learn more about yourself. And in learning more about yourself, I pray that you find who you are, and I pray that you find your inner power and you're able to activate that confidence in yourself. So until next time, my friend, peace.